I don't need it. Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to COVID-19 Iron Chef, Survival in the Kitchen. I am your host, Chef Felix, which everybody knows. We have a little different format that we're doing right now. We're going to probably go back to me doing demonstration cooking later on. But right now, what I like to do is, what I've been doing is bringing people to you, okay, people in the food industry or some kind of entertainment industry, so that it helps actually them getting back into the swing of things after this COVID thing or during COVID. And also just for you guys too, to go and try their products out or go to their restaurants, anything like that. That's the main objective of this show. Okay. Today, we have someone who's really not a stranger to Govsradio. He's been on my show, Let's Eat LI, a few times, actually probably 3 times. Everybody knows him, hopefully. His name is Frank Merlo. Say hello, Frank.
Hello there.
Right, and Frankie is he is the creator and the owner of Merlo's Cocktail Sauce, correct?
Correct.
Right.
The name of our company is Frank Food LLC, and our product is Merlo's Cocktail Sauce.
Right, and he's been on the show, and he was actually at our Super Bowl show too, where we made different things with his cocktail sauce. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do things with Frankie's cocktail sauce, such as whatever they're going to show us. Okay. We also have Ann, right? Ann is joined now with Frankie in order to help him with his business, correct?
Yeah, yeah, just joined in this past week or so.
Right, and that's a good sign because that means Frankie is starting to grow. He's starting to grow more into supermarkets near you, and we're going to find out maybe some places where he might be, where you could try his cocktail sauce. All right, and then what we have also is a person that's really not a stranger to Facebook at all. What we did was we asked Kubo down here. If you're familiar with the show Cooking with Kubo on Facebook, we have Mr. Kubo, who is going to take Frankie's sauce and show you what you can do with it, other than just dipping shrimp into it. There's so many uses to it, and he likes the sauce, and he's going to show us what he does with the sauce. So before we get into Kubo, we're going to go to Frank, we're going to go to Ann, and then we're going to go right to you, Kubo. Okay. And you're going to cook us some food, some of that delicious food that I see you cook on Facebook with Merlo's cocktail sauce, right?
Okay. Very versatile, very versatile.
Very
sauce.
versatile.
And which you'll see once I start cooking.
Right. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Frank, we're going to start off with you and Ann. You guys can join in together if you want. What do you got there, Frank? You got anything that you might have made, like with your sauce?
Well, let me first just say, thanks for having us on the show, of course. And I'm really happy to have Ann come on board as my right-hand woman there. She's really going to make a difference in the way our company grows. We know each other for over 30 years. We started to work together at Vincent's Clam Bar in Call Place, Long Island, like 35 years ago, almost, something like that. So, I made a little Bloody Mary, which I've done before on your show, to show again. Kubo, I know, is going to get into some meat and fish and whatnot, and Annie has a little something too. But it's not just any other cocktail sauce. It's not just ketchup and horseradish. So you can do a lot with this sauce. And I made a real Bloody Mary, not a virgin Bloody Mary, because I could use a drink right now. And I'm gonna knock this back while I go along. But Annie came on board, and I have to tell you, since it's only been not even 2 weeks, I would say, and she's already done so much on social media that I'm already getting a lot more likes and a lot more exposure that I didn't have before. And I really think going forward, she's going to make a great deal of difference in our companies.
And I have to confess, when you were on our show, I did have your Bloody Marys, and they're quite delicious.
Yeah, it's really it's a nice recipe. You can find it on the website. The website is merlosfinefoods.com, and you could email us and comment and do whatever you like there. But there's a couple of recipes there for a dip and a Bloody Mary.
But I want to intervene 1 minute. You know what's missing from that Bloody Mary, everybody?
What do you need?
A piece of shrimp on top. Come on.
Well, yeah, I can't argue with him.
It's amazing.
Or some places put a strip of bacon now into their
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I guess we'll challenge everybody out there who sees the show that to find their own uses for it. I know there's a lot of people telling me they put it on scrambled eggs. They'll put it on a burger instead of ketchup because it's got a little more kick to it. There's a lot of reasons to use it. So yeah, thank you for having us on, and I'm sure Kubo's going to really show us a lot of different things you can do with this.
Well, also last time you were on the show, there was a person that I had on, a guest that does a lot of clamming, and in fact, you gave him a case of your cocktail. So I said that's what he uses it for when he goes clamming and stuff, and he gave it to the other clammers and everything. So they've been using it.
I'm very proud of the product we made. We made it without any additives to it, and Annie was a big part of that. She did the nutritional facts on the label, and when I first made it, she was like, you got to keep all the high fructose corn syrup out of it, and I did. And then I made it with a really high quality tomato paste, so there's no calcium chloride. The lemon juice is fresh; it's not concentrate. The horseradish is squeezed fresh, and all the spices are fresh. So there's really no additives to it. And we pasteurize it. It's got a 2-year shelf life, and it has no need for any preservatives. So people really like it these days. It's really kind of clean. It's a clean.
I've had it on clams. It's amazing on raw clam. You crack them in the ice cold. Amazing. It's amazing on the clams.
You can do it with, I'm sure you can do it with oysters as well.
Yes, why not? Sure.
I'm super
proud
of it.
I'm not a big oyster fan, but I absolutely see that working, definitely.
I'm super proud of it, and as you can see, guys like Kubo are turning around and using it for everything, and it's, hopefully people will get the message out there and make it their brand. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, the way I found out, I'm like a rocket scientist. I'll try anything, and I tried it on a burger. I said, wow, this is pretty good. And I tried it with different things, and being a home cook, what's the worst could happen? If it ain't good, you don't eat it. What I mean? But most of the stuff I've done it on, amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. Tastes good. The flavor, on point.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna go to Ann now. Ann, you said you made a dip. What
I was actually just gonna jump in because I made the dip, and usually, and I'll jump back for a second. First of all, again, thank you for having me on the show.
No problem.
I did find it very important when Frank was creating this to say, like, hey, you know what, there's a trend here with healthy foods, and I'm a dietitian, registered dietitian, so I'm always thinking about, like, is this healthy, is it good for you? And so he really turned it around, made a phenomenal product. It's fresh, it's wholesome, it has fresh horseradish. I don't know if you mentioned that, but it's a great product, small batch, locally sourced and locally made, really great. So I went and I made a sauce. And I'm all, people always like, oh, I need a snack or whatever, and we're like looking like hand to mouth kind of snack stuff, right? So I made this sauce, and I'm gonna just kind of, let's see if I can get my camera to see. So I made some pepper strips, and I get the camera in there. So there's just some pepper strips there with the sauce, and I made 2 different versions. This version that I made was, I made 2. One was just a little bit, it's like a 3-to-1 ratio of sour cream. So 3 Frank and 1 sour cream. And then, and then you're like, oh, let me taste it and see what else you need. Oh, nothing. You need absolutely nothing else. You don't need to be like, oh, I'm trying to make a chip dip and I need to give it a little
flavors there. Yep.
Ideal. The flavor is so fresh, and it just comes through. You don't need to add anything to it. It's brilliant. So I was really excited about that. And then if you want, like, sometimes people are big into no dairy, so I did make a dairy-free one, equally as phenomenal. So it's really
great,
flavorful.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to add anything else before we got Kubo to do this thing?
I'm kind of psyched to see what Kubo's going to do.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll tell you what I'm doing. All right.
Well, before we start, Kubo, listen. Before we start, talk about yourself, what you do on Facebook, and then we'll get started. All right. Go ahead.
Well, first I open it up, so I'm going to have me a ice cold shrimp cocktail. Good luck.
Okay. Salute.
I own a tattoo shop. Never talk with your mouth full.
Right.
And we had to close down. So I've always been a cook from a little kid. My real father owned a restaurant down in Florida. And when you say real father, I had 2 dads. I was a lucky guy. I went down to Florida to think I was going to be this restaurant entrepreneur.
Okay.
And when I got there, my father said, all right, right over there. I said, what's that? He said, the dishwasher. I said, excuse me? He said, that's the dishwasher. I said, no, I'm here to cook. He said, no, you're not. But I wound up coming to New York. I became an engineer, and I opened a tattoo parlor at night. And my passion was always cooking, always. I always wanted, but the long hours and stuff, I had a family young.
Sure, I
I was
understand.
18 years old. I had children. So the children were more important than my passion. Now that I'm older, I'm too old to follow my passion, so I cook home. I enjoy
right.
cooking for people. There's 3 people in my house. I always cook for 8.
Okay.
Yeah. If you
All right.
watch my
Well,
show, you know.
again, if somebody that isn't familiar with you, you're right on Facebook with Cooking with Kubo, right?
Right. If you look, it'll be under John Kubo Cuminelli if you want to friend me. I mean, I'm close to the limit now, but you can always follow me. You know, I cook probably 4 nights a week, you know, from pasta vazul. I call it pasta alla Kubo because some people make it one way. I make it my way. You know, I always make it
The Kubo way. The Kubo way, right?
Thank you. Thank you. My way. Look,
You are the Frank Sinatra of food then, right? Because you do it your way,
well,
right?
I don't know. I
My
don't
way.
sing. If I had a good voice, I might sing for you.
Okay.
You know, my voice is that.
Well, you know
Well,
what,
my
Kubo?
cooking skills are good.
In my profession, I found that the waiters are the singers, and we're just the creators. We're the artists.
We you know what it is? Like I always had that. I wanted to work in a restaurant. And at one time, up to a couple of years ago, I had heart problems and leg problems. I wanted to donate my time to like a soup kitchen, just to be in that trench, you know. And I wound up buying this grill, this Blackstone grill. I loved it. I feel like I'm a chef. Like I'm like behind the scenes and I'm cooking up a storm. I'm making crazy things and I love it. I love it. You know, it's my passion. It's my.
Right.
Everybody's got a hobby. Cooking's my hobby.
Right. Well, we're about to see your passion now. So we're going to leave everything to you. You start to explain everything and what you're going to do. Go ahead.
Well, I got Frankie's. First, what we'll do is we'll do this. Let me turn the thing around. I got some ice cold shrimp. All right. So this is Frankie's sauce. I want to find it in the store. I said, let me try it. I'm willing to try anything, and it's amazing. It's delicious. It's not over hot. It's got the perfect balance. You can use it on anything. I ate another shrimp. I got some uncooked shrimp and some pork chops.
Nice.
I'm going to go over to the grill. I'm going to get the phone to Cousin Rich. He's going to film it. And we could talk, and I'll hear you guys. And if you have any questions, I'm here for you.
Great. It looks good. Those pork chops look delicious.
Yeah,
They're going to be.
Yeah,
They're going to be with some of that Merlot sauce on it.
they're super thick. Where'd you get those?
Yeah.
They're like an 1.5 inches thick, those things.
Yeah, look at those.
This is, let me go back on. I got to say this. I love pork chops. I love steak, any kind of meat. But someone turned me on to these years ago. It's called Berkshire. You would know, Phil. Pork. It is the filet mignon. It's very expensive. It's not like you get pork chops $1.99 a pound. These are $8, $9 a pound. I will not eat another other pork chop other than this. I go to certain butchers in Brooklyn. It's if you want to eat good, that's what you want to eat. And your sauce on it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So I'm going to get the phone to Cousin Rich.
Okay.
By the way, that's,
what do you have on there?
Cousin Rich.
There's some kind of seasoning you have on the pork chops?
Right.
I make my own seasoning. I'm a rocket scientist.
Is it a secret? You're not going to tell?
Paprika. I mix a whole bunch of things. And I make also a seafood thing. And I leave it I cook a lot by my mom's. In the yard. So I leave stuff here and I season it. I'm a seasoner.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
All
right. We're ready, Kubo.
Right. Hold on. This is Cousin Rich. Say hello to Cousin Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Cousin Rich.
Hey.
How you doing?
All right. How are you doing?
Take that. He's doing good, Rich. Rich is doing good.
Rich is doing good, yeah.
Rich is your cameraman. There you go.
Guys, thank you so much for featuring my product. And I hope to God someday I could return the favor to you.
No problem,
awesome.
Frank.
Once
our studios get remodeled, you guys can come on too.
Yeah, I'd love to have Kubo, all of us, right in the studio together. It'd be great to do it together.
Yeah. No, I said I never went. I gotta go.
I'm deaf. I don't hear.
Can we get the good audio on Kubo?
Yeah. And move in a little closer too, obviously. You got to see those chops.
We'll leave these a few minutes and let them sear, and then we're gonna flip them over, let them cook. You could eat this. Years ago they said you can't eat pork because you could get sick. That's baloney.
The trichinosis. That's what they have.
You know.
Right, because they go through the same as the steaks. They have the radiation process that kills all that.
Yeah, make sure you can hear Kubo. That's the main thing, I guess.
What happened?
You just want to make sure they can hear you clearly, you know?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what else did you got on there? The shrimp, and the pork chops, right?
Shrimp cooks fast.
Right.
The shrimp will cook real fast. The pork chops will take a little time. You know. If anybody wants to cook outside, this is what you want. You have a yard, you can cook. This thing is amazing. I got a barbecue. I probably use this more than the barbecue.
Well, it's nice because the shrimp doesn't fall through the grates. It's flat. The shrimp, they don't fall through.
Got a flat top there.
Oh, the flat top, listen to me. You think you're cooking the diner. Eggs in the morning. You know what I mean? A little bit of eggs. Put a little olive oil on the shrimp. And then just before I'm done, what I do is I take the cocktail sauce, I put it on there.
Oh, wow.
An amazing flavor.
Okay.
Pork chop, what I do is I slice it, and then I dip it with the sauce.
Okay.
We're going to cut it up. This should be done real quick.
Yeah, take your time. We're good.
Kubo, do you ever use it to marinate anything?
I've used it to marinate. I love it on a piece of meatloaf. Amazing.
Nice.
Like, I make my meatloaf, I put breadcrumbs, eggs, seasoning, and I take your sauce, believe it or not, and I put it in, like someone would put ketchup sometimes in the meat. In the meat, I use your sauce.
Awesome.
That's good. That'll give it a nice flavor.
Because I love shrimp cocktail, and I said, let me try this, it looked good. And I liked it. It wasn't overbearing, it was perfect. So I said, let me try it on this. Let me try it on that. Try it on chicken. It's one of the most versatile sauces I've ever used.
Very nice. Thank you.
Listen, I should get a free case,
I wish I was there eating some pork chops and shrimp with you. I really do. You get me hungry.
Wish he was there eating with you.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I like the fancy, the two spatulas, like right and left spatulas, like your hand.
I feel like I'm Benny Hanna, Annie.
I was gonna say you have to do the volcano with the onion.
On the left, olive oil going, yeah.
my kid brother lives in Florida, and every time I call him, I say, Mike, you got any buys? Mike, I bought this. So, and we go back and forth. He just had shoulder surgery, so he just got the grill. I said, well, you're better with doing a cook-off, a live cook-off. Let's see who cooks better. But this thing is amazing. Listen, man. Saturday we had a party here. My grandson's 8 years old. He said, Grandpa, can I cook with you? He had the time of his life. I made potatoes on here. I made shrimp. I made this. And he kept talking about it the next day. I cooked for Grandpa all day. I gave him the chef hat, the apron. It was better than anything in the world.
Yep.
Anything in the world.
What a great gift. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Kubo, how often is your show on the Facebook? How often do you have Cooking with Kubo? How often does that air?
It's always whatever what I usually do. I'll prepare everything, get everything in order, and I'll tell them what I'm going to make for the night. And then what I would do is I'll go back at the finished product. So a lot of people will hit me up and go, well, how come you didn't? It's too long. I got a small kitchen. I didn't have the right angle to put the camera. So, but I always give my recipe. If someone asks, hey, how did you make that? What did you do? I give them the recipe. But it's tough to, when you're cooking home, to go through the whole process.
Right.
And then after cooking with Kubo, we got cleaning up with Cousin Rich. Because I'm I'm the most cook in the world, and Cousin Rich comes behind and cleans it all up for me.
Well, I hope like you at least feed Cousin Rich there all that beautiful food of yours.
Yeah, I put on 25 pounds since I moved here.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm a good home cook. I'm not a chef like Felix. I'm a good home cook. That's why I always say cooking with Kubo. I can whip things up for you. I can feed you.
That's okay, Kubo. Everybody loves comfort food, man. That's what you're all about.
I have to say, that shrimp looks delicious, honestly.
I'm going to run and get your sauce, Frank.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Shrimp's almost done then.
Yeah.
Well, listen, hopefully we'll have a lot of people view the show. Let's hope so.
Let's hope so,
Now what I do is I take the Merlot cocktail sauce. I pour a
Okay.
little on. Okay.
I might as well join him in that. Let's show the product.
Okay. And then what you do?
There you go.
And you mix it.
You view it?
Not eating it. I'm eating it.
You guys,
Right.
Wow, I feel left out here. Next time I'm gonna have to make something.
We'll help you out, Felix. We'll get
All
you.
right. Yeah,
if you guys could smell this right now, oh,
I'm sure it's
Amazing.
delicious.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm totally jealous.
I'm watching that shrimp. It's turning a really beautiful color there,
Yeah.
especially with the
Yeah.
sauce on top.
That looks excellent.
That's all right, Kubo. After that, you take a nice little dip in your pool. You'll be all set.
No, he's got a nice setup over there.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Go cook with him in person.
now watch this. Look, I learned this from the guy Danny. See, look, 2 spatulas. Who's better than me? Look,
Perfect.
oh, I only dropped 1 today. Usually I
All
drop
right.
2.
There you go.
Better knock that bottle off of there.
I almost
Yeah.
knocked it. You're right.
Yeah. Cool. Well, the shrimp looks awesome. Seriously.
Bon appetit.
Bring it a little closer to the camera next
Yeah.
time.
Show the whole.
Yeah.
Show the whole plate right up to the
Plate.
camera. Hold the
Yeah.
plate up to the camera. Yeah. Outrageous.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
That
Nice
looks
color.
delicious. Nice.
And then from you cooking it with the sauce, it's already embedded in there.
Put the sauce in towards the end.
Right. It
Just don't wanna
infuses
lose the
into the
flavor
shrimp.
of the sauce.
Excellent. Yeah.
You know, and also what a lot of people don't know, if you cook a shrimp to be, I feel it could back this up. Some people cook it and it goes closes. You overcook it, you wreck the
Right.
shrimp.
Right.
Shrimp should be cooked like almost like an open sea.
Right.
And that's the right way to
You
do
can
it.
tell that way, right? Or like a pinkish red almost.
You know, Johnny. You know what I do when I make shrimp cocktail?
Right?
I butterfly the shrimp all the way so that if they're really big shrimp, you don't have to cook them too long to get the whole inside done. Where this way they don't overcook.
Okay.
I get a bucket of ice water, and as soon as they're done, I throw them right in the freezer in the ice water to stop them from cooking. That way
All right.
they don't overdo.
You shock it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I do.
That's the biggest thing with people who are making seafood and shrimp is that they overcook it.
Yeah.
You know, once you cook a piece of seafood and it's not right, you don't want to eat it. You don't want to eat rubber.
It's like rubber, yeah.
It's not right.
It's
You know.
it gets so chewy you don't want to eat it.
Yes.
Well,
100%.
the shrimp looks dynamite.
How those
How
pork
the
chops
pork
doing?
chops?
Look how nice these pork chops are.
All right, relax. You're good. Don't worry. He's
I was
good.
reaching for a piece of shrimp.
There you go.
There, look.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. There you go.
Hey,
There's your advertising right there.
you got
Come on,
free
do
lunch.
Do a close up on the pork chops now. Show the pork chops.
Oh, come on,
Why
my
don't you keep going on? Oh.
There you go. Look at that. Beautiful.
Those are major league pork chops. Those
Yeah.
things are big.
Amazing. Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
They're beautiful.
You know what I do? I order them. My friend owns a restaurant. I don't know. Can I plug them?
Yeah.
Sure.
Fanaticos on 106, 107.
Absolutely.
Fanaticos, it's Italian pizza restaurant.
Right.
He orders the
Jericho.
pork chops.
Jericho, New York. It's in.
Jericho, New York, the 106 one. Amazing, amazing pork chops. I go there. I said, John, order me a case, and he orders a case.
You know what? Have him call me. I'll have him on the show. Okay.
All right, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Great guy.
I'll have you on with them
guy.
too. I'll have you
Yeah.
on with them. No problem.
And he started out as a young kid. He started out very young as a chef. And he's in his 40s now, and he owns a couple restaurants. So,
Yeah, definitely have him give me a call.
Ma, come on, eat a shrimp.
Come on. Mama Kubo.
Yeah,
Mama
put your
Kubo,
mom on the camera.
Mama
There we
Kubo.
go.
Let's get her reaction.
Good cook. Very good. I don't
Wait.
have to cook anymore.
Wave to
How's
the
the
camera.
shrimp?
Wave to the camera.
How's the shrimp?
now.
Delicioso.
Listen, you can have 100 wives, 100 girlfriends, one mother.
That's right.
I had to say that.
That's Kubo's philosophy.
I'm 61 years old. I'm a mama's boy. I can't help it.
Aren't we all?
No.
Kubo, are you Sicilian? What kind of Italian are you?
Sicilian.
Yeah, that's why, man. You're the prince, man. The males in the family are like, royalty.
We love to cook. We love to eat.
Yeah.
Okay? Gotta be done a little bit more. Got a little bit more time. You can eat this. Listen, you can eat this medium. I like a little more
Right.
medium well.
Well, you still got 5 minutes or so. No problem. I'm sure you can fill that.
Yeah, I went. I date a lot, and I'm divorced 23 years. And when Emerald first came out, but years ago, I watched The Galloping Gourmet.
Me too. That was my favorite. Yeah.
Juan Can Cook. I was a young kid. I was so enthused by that. Instead of watching cartoons, I watched these chefs through your child. Right. And I was always, and because my dad was a chef, he could whip up anything. It intrigued me. You always want to be like your dad. My dad, mom split up. He moved to Florida. But I always had that passion. Now, as I got older, I watched Emerald. And then I watched Bobby Flay. And every time I see things, I said, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try and make that. And then as being a chef, and Felix would know this, you learn to put your own twist on things.
Right.
Like if you make up a pasta by another chef, you say, oh, you know what? Let me try this one.
Right. Exactly.
And it becomes your dish.
Right.
You know, I don't have a signature dish. I cook, and Rich could back this up. I cook an amazing steak. Anybody, I don't do nothing but feel it. As I'm cooking, I feel I know it's done. Let's eat.
That's how you do it. Yep.
That's it. So that's the right way to do it.
Well, I got to say,
you've been in the trenches, Frank. You've been in the trenches.
Like you, Kubo. I was infatuated with Graham Kerr when I was a kid. The Galloping Gourmet. Remember, he used to tell the joke before he used to start cooking. He would tell a joke, or he'd take him and his wife to like a exotic place where they ate.
Yeah.
and then he would make the meal, but he'd drink a ton of wine while he was cooking the meal too. That was great.
My favorite though was Juan Can Cook, and he's still alive.
Right.
He was a Chinese guy. He would make jokes. I forget his name, but he would make jokes, and he was
Yan Can Cook. Yan Can Cook.
Yeah, Yan Can Cook. Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Amazing.
Yep. You know Jacques Pepin at all, Kubo?
What?
You remember Jacques Pepin? Jacques Pepin with Julia Child?
Yes.
Right? Well, I met Jacques Pepin at my school. He was one of the deans, and he would come in, and I'd talk to him often and stuff like that.
Do you know, I have a house in Clinton, Connecticut, and Jacques Pepin lives in the neighboring town, Madison.
Sure. Yeah.
And we were out to this local French restaurant called Bar Boucher, which is one of the best ones around.
I've heard of it. Yes, absolutely.
He was in having dinner one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
I learned a lot from him. He's a great chef. One of the greatest chefs, probably.
I just want to ask Kubo, you must like Tony Bourdain. You must have liked his show.
I loved him. You know what? Depression, I got to say this to people. Depression is one of the most terrible diseases in the world. Speak to people. If something's bothering you or you're not right, talk to somebody. There's people out there that can help you. You know, that was a tragedy. What a great guy. And all the things he went through, from being an alcoholic, a junkie, to open a restaurant, becoming an amazing guy to take his life. So I just want to say that depression, if you're depressed, call somebody, talk to somebody, because it could be prevented.
You know, years ago, my wife, Michelle, worked with Tony Bourdain in a place called Montana Eve in New York City. And she was working with him for a couple of years. She said he was a great guy. Way back in the day. Montana Eve was the name of the place.
Yeah. Good guy. He was, you know what? And he was just coming out with another show. You know, let me get another plate here.
Cool. Well, that stuff looks amazing.
I know.
I hope that at some point we could all get to be together when we do the show next time.
Well, I don't know if there's a thing in the studio, but that's the pork. We're gonna sit down.
Okay,
and
that looks great.
You dip the pork. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit because it's pretty hot.
See, if we were by your house now, we could eat and we could go swimming.
That's it. Look at the pool.
Right?
Yeah, great.
You know, underneath you got the sun. This dish is amazing. I gotta get the other shrimp. The shrimp looks amazing.
It really does. It looks like you did a great job with that. Thank you. Thank you for showing what you can do.
Your sauce, I gotta say, look, your sauce. Look, this is a pork chop. This is a $9 a pound pork chop in the sauce.
Boom.
Amazing.
Sure. Well, the horseradish and everything brings it all out. So when it hits your palate, you get an amazing taste there.
It's got that right amount of kick.
Right.
Yeah, it really does.
You know?
It's a nice
I think what's really good about it too is it's not like other cocktail sauces. Like you said, you can put it on a pork chop. Most every other cocktail sauce, I don't want to put anybody's down, and I think that there's some nice cocktail sauces out there, but they're generally ketchup and horseradish. They don't have the versatility that this does.
I mean, a burger, a crab cake, anything.
Yeah.
Really good, you know.
I also like when I first bought it. Not that I look at prices and I'm not cheap. It wasn't overpriced. It was affordable. You know.
Right.
Going forward, as our company grows and I can produce larger quantities at one time, I'll be able to bring the price down. I'm not that large of a company right now, so that's what we're working on: getting the volume of business up, where I can bring the price down and not compromise the product. Because there's plenty of people out there that use a cheaper ketchup, use a cheaper, don't use as much horseradish, whatever. And then I don't want to do that.
I won't let you.
Here's what I like about it, Felix.
Go ahead, Google.
You know what I like about it, Phil? Is it you put on a burger instead of a ketchup, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, you could put it on a piece of chicken. Wow. You know, it's got a wow factor. Where usually I don't like the plug, but McCormick's, I used to buy McCormick's, and you have to always doctor it up. This I opened the jar, I never doctored it up once.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried it first. If I didn't like it, I would have doctored it up. I'll be honest with you. I did my little shtick or whatever to it. But once I opened it up, I said, wow. On the first I did the cold shrimp, the shrimp cocktail, and I said, let me try it on a burger. And I went with different things, and it worked. It worked. It's a very versatile sauce.
Good.
You know?
All right. Well,
Cuz going to eat. I'm going to take the phone back.
Okay.
Cuz Bro's going to eat.
Okay. And we're gonna come right back to you, Kubo. All right.
Well, we're going to thank Cuz Bro. Thank Cuz Bro for doing the camera. We appreciate
Thank you, Cuz. Thank you, Cuz. Enjoy your food. We're gonna come back to you in a minute, Kubo. All right.
Okay, I'm here. I'm
All
not
right.
going nowhere.
All right. While we're on the subject, where can people get your cocktail sauce, Frankie?
Well, I'm a New Yorker and I work in New York, but for the last like 20 years plus now, I have a house up in Connecticut, in Clinton, which is wonderful. I love it up here. And I started. I was a cook on Long Island when we worked together in Scotch and Sirloin, which was a phenomenal restaurant. And when I at one point I was running the kitchen there, and I learned how to make all these different items. And I started this. I couldn't find a bottle that could do a small batch, and they told me not to risk it back then.
No.
So I found somebody when I was waiting tables one night who actually worked for the New York Restaurant Association, and he got me in touch with some people, and I started my schedule process, which is basically the recognized recipe by the state, back in like 2015. So then I went and found a bottler and I wound up in New Haven.
Sorry. All right, go ahead.
Like I said, I'm doing a small batch, and I just kept knocking on doors, kept pushing, and now I got my product into all of the big Y supermarkets, which are headquarters out of Massachusetts, and I'm in every big Y in Connecticut and Massachusetts. Then I also got myself on the local rack in all the Connecticut Stop and Shop stores, and then a bunch of other local businesses, especially this one that's really helped me go forward, called City Fish in Wethersfield, Connecticut. So I've been pushing to get into New York City for a long time. And I got myself into the Greenfield Family ShopRites on Long Island. There's 5 stores. You got Bethpage, Comac, 2 in Plainview, and New Hyde Park. And
that's where they can find your product, basically.
Right. Plus, I'm going to go a little further. Plus, I wound up getting picked up by Pescatores, which is in the Lexington Avenue corridor of Grand Central Station. And then very recently, I got a good break, and I got into Peerless Fish down in Brooklyn.
Nice.
And being as Peerless delivers to all the big foreign restaurants, and being as all the restaurants are closed down now, they started doing home delivery, and they're delivering throughout all of Manhattan to residential places. All of Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Hoboken, and Jersey City in New Jersey, and I think the Scarsdale area of Westchester. And I'm in with them. I'm on their miscellaneous tab on their shopping page, and I can be delivered to all those places in New York now. So that was a godsend. And now all my friends in New York could actually get it instead of me coming to delivering.
Frankie, do you have a website?
Oh yeah. The website is called merlosfinefoods.com, and there are also a couple of recipes on there for the Bloody Mary, my version of the Bloody Mary, and a dip with sour cream. And then there's some images, and it shows you a bunch of places you can get it. But I haven't put on Peerless just yet. But we did send a social media, and sent out a social media thing about Peerless. And Kubo you were tagged in it, actually. So
I did, yeah. I seen that on my Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping that people like Kubo, who I'm sure have 1,000 friends following him, could now say, "Oh wow, I can get that shipped to my house," and they'll call Peerless for whatever shrimp or whatever salmon, whatever they're getting, and throw a bottle of cocktail sauce in there, and now the word will get out that it's really a nice product and they can find it.
Well, I could attest. Listen to me. Like I said, I'm a rocket scientist. I'll try anything, and I can attest to your sauce. It's one of the most versatile sauces I've used, and I like it.
And like I said, I bet Kubo's got a ton of friends, and they respect his opinion. And I think Kubo's also going to try to get me on that quarantine cooking program, and we're going to do like a promotion where we give away.
We're going to get to that in a moment. So, all right. Well, Ann, would you like to say anything further before we go to Kubo?
I just wanted to kind of reiterate when you were talking about Peerless, Frank, Felix, you said something that I hadn't thought about yet, which was like a crab cake, because this sauce that I made, sometimes you get the crab cakes, they give you a little sauce with it. This sauce that I made, like a dip, I'm just thinking, I'm like, oh, I wish I had a crab cake right now.
To dip it in.
Yeah,
like
right?
A little bit of a variation
or
on tartar sauce.
You could actually put the crab cake on a bun with that sauce and coleslaw as well.
Yeah,
with coleslaw
it would be perfect. So if I don't know if I would get something over at Peerless and see if I don't know. I gotta go look. But I'm out of the delivery zone for Peerless. So
I'm gonna tell you a funny thing I learned years ago. When you get a good steak, the best way to make a great steak is salt. Pound it with salt. Pound it and cook it. Never no dip. I've used your stuff and people will look at me like, I like it. It's good. It's got a nice, because it's a good steak. You're supposed to just eat that steak.
Well, the horseradish in it will bring out the meat anyway.
Yes.
You get a nice horseradish sauce.
100%.
With like a nice rib steak or something like that.
Right.
And it's not overpowering.
This is so good. No,
it's not overpowering the meat, right?
Nope. Perfect.
Okay, so
I think it's perfect.
So Kubo, tell us a little more about how can people see you once again.
I'm on Facebook. It's John Kubo Cuminelli. I probably don't have many people left to friend, but you could follow me. I'm able to follow, and I cook like I said. I joke around. I put stupid jokes up. I'm a clown.
Right.
I'm a clown.
How many friends you can have?
Clown.
You're limited on how many friends you could have?
Yeah, 5,000. 5,000. But you can follow
5,000 friends?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. I got about 4,900 or something like that.
Yeah, you know what I did the other night? I was a little whacked out about just people disrespecting. I knocked out 900 friends. So other people that appreciate it, that couldn't become my friend, can now become my friend. So I think I'm down to 4,100.
So is there anyone you want to do a shout out to? Or are you working on anything?
Two things I want to shout out. One is my tattoo business. I have a phenomenal staff. If you look on our Instagram, Pete and Kubo's Instagram, you'll see the amazing work my guys. We're going to be opening up on Monday. And I got to thank this guy, Vinny Cascia. About 2.5 months ago, I was bored. I went online and I see quarantine cook-off. I said, what the hell is this shit about? And I looked and there was recipes and there was people. There was 2,400 people on the site. So I text Vinny. I said, Vinny, can I invite people? He said, absolutely. Now we're up to 10,000. There's no controversy. I commend this guy, Vinny, to no end, man. He knew how to run for guys like us, just a street guy, knew how to run this site that he built it from 2,400 people and everybody sharing recipes and cooking. No controversy, no baloney. Can I say the word bullshit?
You just did.
I guess.
I had to do that. I told you. Wow. But I got to give him that, I got to give him that credit. I have to give him that credit, and that's it, and Frankie, I appreciate the sauce. Keep, and you and Annie keep producing that sauce, man. I tell you what I would like, a bigger bottle.
There you go.
We do have a fresh version of that product that is not pasteurized.
Right.
We have a fresh version, and we only have a limited amount of people that carry that. And because of the virus, we had to sell out of it, and I actually gave a lot of it away to like local police stations and fire departments because it expired. So as soon
Listen,
as
I'm cooking home. I'll take the expired shit. If it's free, it's for me.
I'll give it to
Right,
you.
Felix?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's still
Why
it's
not?
definitely
Right.
edible. There's nothing wrong with it. Just that you can't put it on the shelf. People look at the expiration date and they go, no, you know.
Right.
But
Listen,
as soon as they allow us, or as soon as the virus allows us back into the regular world, I'm going to
Right.
produce it again. And I was selling a ton of that. It's a much harder version than this. I mean, it's the same
Okay.
recipe, but it's not cooked, so it's much more potent, you know. But as soon as I got enough business for that, we're going to reintroduce that, absolutely, without a doubt.
I would love to try that, definitely, and I'm sure Felix would too, right?
Absolutely.
I can definitely get it to you. You're Johnny. You're in the Queens area, Howard Beach.
I'm in Ozone Park. I'm
Okay.
actually Howard Beach. My house is in Howard Beach, and my business is in Ozone Park. So I'm all local.
Well, I got I have some of that fresh stuff still left. I have like 1 case left, and like I said, it's the expiration date's up, but it's still we put it like a month, at least a month less than it would be, because we don't want to have any problems with that.
Kubo, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Being you're in Howard Beach, I have a good friend there named Steve Sergiovanni. Do you know him?
Felix. I'm so bad with names.
No? His
But I
father
never
used to
forget
own.
a face.
His father used to own Augie's TV.
Augie, all right, I know, all right, yeah.
He's
Right
the
on
son of
Rockaway
Augie.
Boulevard in 88th.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I was going to rent that spot when the father went out.
Yeah.
But I'm at my place 23 years in that one spot, 30 in the business.
Right.
Right.
Say your address of your tattoo place. Plug your tattoo.
Yeah,
It's,
plug your tattoo
it's-
place.
Well, if you go on Instagram and Facebook, it's just Pete and Kubo's Tattooing and Body Piercing. It's easy
Okay.
to find. I'm on 8809 101 Avenue on the second floor. I've been there for 23 years, 30 in the neighborhood. I have a partner, young partner. I got a great young crew. I got 7 people work for me. So, but going to something else, Frankie, if possible, I'd like to get a case of that and donate it to that quarantine cook-off. And maybe you could get some of them people, maybe either donate the case or something, you know?
Next time I have to come into Long Island to go to ShopRite and bring some more product down there, I'll take the trip over to Ozone Park and I'll drop you a case and you do whatever you want.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'd like to do that. That could looking. When you got 10,000 people on the site, even if you get 10% of them, that's 800 people buying your sauce.
I mean, just the fact that you have more than 4,000, almost 5,000 people following you, and I'm sure a lot of people respect you. If they turn around and share what you're saying to everyone, the word's gonna get out of there, and I'm sure a lot of people buy from Peerless. And maybe once they try it, I'll have a lot more customers, and I'll have an entryway of a real solid footing into New York. You know.
Right. All right. That sounds great.
The product is a good product, and I think it deserves to be all over New York.
Great.
Okay,
But
gang.
I'll definitely stop by you, no doubt about it, no doubt.
Felix, I got to ask you a question.
Sure.
What's your specialty to cook? Like, if you had to cook one meal for your lad, what would that meal be?
You know what? It's a French dish that's like a peasant food kind of French dish.
Okay.
It's called pâte à fou. What it is you take short ribs, and it's really like a boiled beef. Short ribs, you boil it, and it makes it like you make your own stock out of it while boiling. You add a lot of herbs. You add leeks. You add carrots. You add potato if you want, the new potatoes.
Wow.
All that.
Sounds real good.
And then what you do is, when it's done, you take the liquid and you make a horseradish sauce from that. Right. And then you have your horseradish sauce made with the actual liquid or stock from that dish. And then you put like all those vegetables and everything you cooked it with in a bowl. And then you ladle in some of that liquid over the meat. And then you have your horseradish sauce on the side. Nothing better than that. And it's healthy too. It's very healthy.
Well, when are you going to make it?
I don't know.
When are we making it?
It's more of a winter type of dish, so probably in the fall.
Yeah, right.
Once the studio is open again, is there a kitchen there or no?
No, there's no kitchen, but we're working on other different things. Maybe a location type thing.
I tell you what,
the club itself has a kitchen. We may hopefully see if we can do something in there.
Well,
so we'll see.
I mean, I don't know how you do it other than the Zoom right now. I mean, once we go back to hopefully normal, if it's a beautiful day, we come to my mother's house. I got a regular grill. I got a flat grill. We could sit, eat, laugh, joke.
You know what?
Everybody's welcome.
If we do the location thing, we'll have a show in your house. How's that?
Now we're gonna have to make meatloaf and scrambled eggs. We already did the pork chops and the shrimp. We're gonna have to do something different now.
I never try. You know what? I'm not a big breakfast guy. Only when I'm away on vacation. But I gotta get up tomorrow and I'm gonna try with the scrambled eggs. I bet you it would be good. I never thought of it.
So let's do it on location.
And you know what? If you
go swimming, I mean, come on.
Bacon, especially if you put bacon with that, with that cocktail sauce, that would bring it out everything.
Everybody loves bacon. I was just at Restaurant Depot. I bought 4 pounds of bacon.
There you go.
We'll do. Why don't we do like a tomato, onion, bacon thing with dressing on it, kind of thing? You know, like.
Let's get through this. I'm always in. I'm your guy. Felix is your guy. We'll set this up. Let's do this, Felix.
Well, I'm getting hungry right now. So
Felix, let's take the show on. Let's take the show on the road. Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Felix, come and get a piece of nice pork.
Oh my God! Look at that!
Mary,
look at that guy.
It's cool at Kubo's house.
All right. Well,
I love company.
Right. Well,
you don't scare me, Annie.
Yeah. I hate to say it, folks, but I think it's time for us to go. Okay, Kubo, great job. You truly.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate you. Cooking with Kubo.
Right. You're truly a man of passion. I can see that.
Thank you.
Everything is reflective. Probably, I'm sure your tattoo art is probably amazing. I would say as well.
I've been around a long time. And
right. So
I respect everybody.
Right.
There's no. You want a tattoo, you got to come by me. I'm your guy.
Right.
If you're in the 5 boroughs.
Right.
I'm here.
Yeah. And that's a nice watch you have on there too. Look at that. I think takes up the whole camera. Look at that.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
This is my passion. Look.
Right. Well,
like
oh, nice. Yeah, I like that. Look at that, Kubo. I like that. All right. Well,
I got this.
May I just thank you guys? Really, you're really helping me promote my business, and hopefully someday it'll be really worth something, and I could really, do a lot more for people than they can now.
And maybe I'll get a job as a cook, Felix. Maybe someone will call me up and say, I need a short order cook, Kubo. Come and work.
Why not? That would be good for you, a short order, because then you can do all different things. That's good. A lot of
that's it,
Yep. All right. And plus the way you handle those things on the flat top, you're perfect.
I know, right? You'll be doing tricks and everything.
Right, there you go.
All right, Annie, were you impressed?
I was like, look at he's using 2 spatulas.
So now when this goes out, maybe some girls will hit me up and say, hey, you're handsome.
But like, listen, he uses 2 spatulas.
So when are we going to see the show now?
Any girl out there could always message me if they want to get in touch with Kubo. How's that?
If they want to see it in person.
I'll screen women for you, Kubo. All right? How's that?
All right.
Felix, when are you going to put the show on the air? When are we going to see the show? And tell us every place you can see it.
Hopefully, it'll be on next Thursday. Okay.
And tell everybody where you can see it. Tell them the TV stations and all
that.
Right.
Well, that's my sign off. So we're gonna do that.
Come on, Frankie, slow down. What are you, drunk?
No, Frankie's having a good time, man.
I'm getting there.
So
I'm getting there.
I want to say goodbye to Kubo. Kubo, thank you. Thank you, mother.
Thank you,
cousin.
Thank everybody.
Thank you,
cousin.
Thank
you for the invitation.
Yeah, thanks for being here. You were terrific.
Right.
Terrific.
Thank you.
All right, Annie, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank
you. All right. Good luck to you and Frankie. Always a pleasure. Thank you for coming on the show. And we'll see more Frankie and everybody probably in the future. Once our studios
let's do it on location. Let's do one of these on location things.
If I can, Frank, I would.
Give me a little time. Once everything clears up, you are always welcome at my mom's house.
Okay.
I have a big yard. We'll do a nice little thing, or whatever you want to do. I'll come to you guys. I'm in.
All right, well, we'll see. Our studio right now is going through. They're going to be fixing it up. They're going to be, doing all different things, and then we're going to be doing other types of venues, hopefully later on for everybody. Something different.
Felix, I'd love to cook with you.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I mean. If we do a location thing,
I'd love to cook with you.
I'll take one spatula, you take the other one, and we can.
That's
do it
it. We'll work
like
that. Right? We'll be like twins. I like that. I like
spatula wars. We could have.
That's it.
There you
That's
go.
it.
I say this was a great show, everybody. This was a great show.
It was definitely good.
Thank
you. All right,
again,
so
thank you.
For everybody, you can see the show. Okay, well, you're going to see the show on Facebook, on YouTube. You're also going to see it on Boxcast. Okay, Boxcast is on smart TVs. You could see it if you have Boxcast. You could do Apple TV. You could do Roku. You could do the Fire Stick. Everything. So we're out there. Okay.
But you just look up Chef Felix on YouTube and all that. How do you find?
Well, you would look on the Govsradio. Okay, and then they'll come up with all the different episodes, or you could do Govsradio, COVID-19, anything like that. But
Now
Govsradio
you'll
will
tag
bring up everything.
Facebook. You'll tag me, Felix, on Facebook. You'll tag me, or I gotta look for it.
Well, no. Well, what will happen on Facebook is first of all, I'm going to let you know when the show is going to be on.
Okay.
Then you're going to go on to. We're also on govsradio.com.
Okay.
It's our website. It's another place you can see us.
Right.
But it's going to be shown on Govs Radio Facebook, right? And
Okay.
then what you do is you share it out. All right. I'm going to share it to my Let's Eat LI page and everything like that. Okay. So the more you share it out, the more people will watch it. Obviously, you could put it on your quarantine show if you want. You know,
definitely
share it on there.
Definitely.
I belong to a lot of groups too that love the cooking. You know, and then our audience from Govs Radio, we have over, combined with all our shows and everything, we have over 120,000.
Wow.
You know,
nice.
It went down a little bit from COVID, but it's going to go back up again. My show, my shows go anywhere from 1,200 to 3,000, 4,000 people, depending.
That was the funny thing with the COVID, you know, with everybody trying to get, I said, with the quarantine cook-off, please, don't let this end. Because what happens? Once you get back into your normal life, what does people do? They forget. They don't want to cook. They don't, you know, let's keep this going because it kept a lot of people going.
Right.
You know,
well, and like once this COVID thing is over, we go back to studios. My show, Let's Eat LI, will absorb this. We'll go back to that show. Okay.
Perfect.
And hopefully we'll be able to do different things. And hopefully maybe I'll have another type of show, another kind of cooking show that we may have some input in that. So that's good. Now, coming up, so I have some other shows coming up. I'm going to have an autistic baker. The gentleman is autistic, and he has his own company, and he bakes, and he does other things, catering. And he also teaches autistic children or autistic people how to bake also as well. Now, that's going to be an interesting show. I'd be
definitely interested in watching that. And be part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have probably a spa on. And then I may have, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Drunken Housewife of Australia.
I know her, Julie.
You know her, right? And
listen,
Julie Angelina, right?
Say I'm very good friends with Kubo.
Right.
I know her before she even starts. She's crazy.
Yeah.
I love her.
Julie Angelina. So we're gonna see if we can get Julie Angelina on the show from Australia.
I would love to be part of that because
she's gonna make some Australian things for us, basically.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
great,
ladies and gentlemen. Everybody say goodbye. We'll see you next time on COVID-19 Iron Chef.
Thank you.
Kitchen Survival.
Thank you.
All right.
Everybody stay well.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thanks.
No problem.
We'll get together soon, hopefully.
Andy, I got to ask you a quick question. Did he cut my hair too short, the barber?
Perfect.
All right. Just wanted to make sure.
All right.
Johnny,
everybody have a great weekend.
Place of sauce. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be over there.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Good show.
Take care.
Have a great night. Yeah,
good
great
show.
Great.
Show.
I don't need it.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to COVID-19 Iron Chef, Survival in the Kitchen. I am your host, Chef Felix, which everybody knows. We have a little different format that we're doing right now. We're going to probably go back to me doing demonstration cooking later on. But right now, what I like to do is, what I've been doing is bringing people to you, okay, people in the food industry or some kind of entertainment industry, so that it helps actually them getting back into the swing of things after this COVID thing or during COVID. And also just for you guys too, you know, to go and try their products out or go to their restaurants, anything like that. That's the main objective of this show. Okay. Today we have someone who's really not a stranger to Governors Radio. He's been on my show, Let's Eat LI, a few times, actually probably 3 times. Everybody knows him, hopefully. His name is Frank Merlo. Say hello, Frank.
Hello there.
Right. And Frankie is the he is the creator and the owner of Merlot's cocktail sauce, correct?
Correct.
Right.
The name of our company is Frank Food LLC, and our product is Merlot's cocktail sauce.
Right. And he's been on the show, and he was actually at our Super Bowl show too, where we made different things with his cocktail sauce. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do things with Frankie's cocktail sauce, such as whatever they're going to show us. Okay. We also have Ann, right? Ann is joined now with Frankie in order to help him with his business, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Just joined in this past week or so.
Right. And that's a good sign because that means Frankie is starting to grow. He's starting to grow more into supermarkets near you, and we're going to find out maybe some places where he might be, where you could try his cocktail sauce. All right, and then what we have also is a person that's really not a stranger to Facebook at all. What we did was we asked Kubo down here. If you're familiar with the show Cooking with Kubo on Facebook, we have Mr. Kubo, who is going to take Frankie's sauce and show you what you can do with it, other than just dipping shrimp into it. There's so many uses to it, and he likes the sauce, and he's going to show us what he does with the sauce. So before we get into Kubo, we're going to go to Frank, we're going to go to Ann, and then we're going to go right to you, Kubo. Okay. And you're going to cook us some food, some of that delicious food that I see you cook on Facebook with Merlot's cocktail sauce, right?
Okay. Very versatile, very versatile.
Very versatile.
And which you'll see once I start cooking.
Right. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Frank, we're going to start off with you and Ann. You guys can join in together if you want. What do you got there, Frank? You got anything that you might have made, like with your sauce?
Well, let me first just say, you know, thanks for having us on the show, of course. And I'm really happy to have Ann come on board as my right-hand woman there. She's really going to make a difference in the way our company grows. We know each other for over 30 years. We started to work together at Vincent's Clam Bar in Call Place, Long Island, like 35 years ago, almost, something like that. So, yeah, I made a little Bloody Mary, which I've done before on your show, to show again. Kubo, I know, is going to get into some meat and fish and whatnot, and Annie has a little something too. But it's not just any other cocktail sauce. It's not just ketchup and horseradish. So you can do a lot with this sauce. And I made a real Bloody Mary, not a virgin Bloody Mary, because I could use a drink right now. And I'm gonna knock this back while I go along. But Annie came on board, and I have to tell you, since it's only been not even 2 weeks, I would say, and she's already done so much on social media that I'm already getting a lot more likes and a lot more exposure that I didn't have before. And I really think going forward, she's going to make a great deal of difference in our companies.
And I have to confess, when you were on our show, I did have your Bloody Marys, and they're quite delicious.
Yeah, it's really it's a nice recipe. You can find it on the website. It's the website is merlotsfinefoods.com, and you could email us and comment and do whatever you like there. But there's a couple of recipes there for a dip and a Bloody Mary.
But I want to intervene 1 minute. You know what's missing from that Bloody Mary, everybody?
What do you need?
A piece of shrimp on top. Come on.
Well, yeah, I can't argue with you.
It's amazing.
Or some places put a strip of bacon now into their
Exactly.
Well, exactly. I guess, we'll challenge everybody out there who sees the show to find their own uses for it. I know there's a lot of people telling me they put it on scrambled eggs. They'll put it on a burger instead of ketchup because it's got a little more kick to it. There's a lot of reasons to use it. So yeah, thank you for having us on, and I'm sure Kubo's going to really show us a lot of different things you can do with this.
Well, also last time you were on the show, there was a person that I had on, a guest that does a lot of clamming, and in fact, you gave him a case of your cocktail sauce, and that's what he uses it for when he goes clamming and stuff, and he gave it to the other clammers and everything, so they've been using it.
I'm very proud of the product we made. We made it without any additives to it, and Annie was a big part of that. She did the nutritional facts on the label, and when I first made it, she was like, you got to keep all the high fructose corn syrup out of it, and I did. And then I made it with a really high quality tomato paste, so there's no calcium chloride. The lemon juice is fresh; it's not concentrate. The horseradish is squeezed fresh, and all the spices are fresh. So there's really no additives to it. And we pasteurize it. It's got a 2-year shelf life, and it has no need for any preservatives. So people
Great.
really like it these days. It's really kind
Excellent.
of a clean. It's a clean.
I've
sauce.
had it on clams. It's amazing on
Yes.
raw clam. You
Yeah.
crack them in the ice cold. Amazing. It's amazing on the clams.
You
Yeah,
can do
like I
it with,
said-
I'm sure you could do it with oysters as well. if you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Why not? Sure.
I'm super
I'm not a
proud
big
of it.
oyster fan, but I absolutely see that working. Definitely.
I'm super proud of it, and as you can see, guys like Kubo are turning around and using it for everything, and it's hopefully people will get the message out there and make it their brand. That's what I'm
Right.
hoping for.
Well, the way I found out, I'm like a rocket scientist. I'll try anything, and I tried it on a burger. I said, "Wow, this is pretty good." And I tried it with different things. And being a home cook, what's the worst could happen? If it ain't good, you don't eat it. You know what I mean? But most of the stuff I've done it on, amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. Tastes good. The flavor, on point.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go to Ann now. Ann, you said you made a dip. What
Yeah,
else
I was
going?
actually just gonna jump in because I made the dip, and usually and I'll jump back for a second. First of all, again, thank you for having me on the show.
No problem.
I did find it very important when Frank was creating this to say like, hey, you know what, there's a trend here with healthy foods, and I'm a dietitian, registered dietitian, so I'm always thinking about like, is this healthy, is it good for you? And so he really turned it around, made a phenomenal product. It's fresh,